He's not coming back.
I never got to ask her out.
And teleported away.
Cry with me, baby.
The film opens in a prison interrogation room, where detectives Marsh and Cole question Rebecca, the lone survivor of a massacre at the city arcade just hours earlier. When Rebecca hesitates, asking if they truly want to learn what happened, the detectives insist they do. The story then flashes back. Alex, a young attendant at Fun Haven Arcade, is chatting with her co-worker Gina when their manager informs them they must stay late. A wealthy group has reserved the venue for a birthday party. Gina reluctantly announces she'll slip away to meet her boyfriend once the festivities begin. Meanwhile, the arcade manager visits a local cinema to screen Mickey Mouse's debut cartoon, revealing his obsession, before returning to the arcade. Inside a glass case, a prized Mickey mask emits a chilling whisper, and the manager, seemingly possessed, fixates on it. Later, as Alex enjoys her shift, an eerie noise draws her to the back door, only to find the masked manager locking it with a heavy chain. She bolts to the front entrance and is astonished to see her childhood friends, who have secretly booked the arcade for her 21st birthday celebration. Marcos, who secretly admires Alex, organized the surprise after recalling her lifelong wish to celebrate at Fun Haven. Notably absent is Blake, the city hockey captain and Alex's former suitor. Jealous, Blake and his teammates plan to scare Marcos's younger friends. When two partygoers try to snap a souvenir photo, Alex warns them that the manager would be furious if he discovered alcohol on the premises. She instructs Blake to collect everyone's phones in a trash bag. He deposits it on a table. Only Paul and Jackie withhold theirs, having retreated earlier to play an adult game. When they encounter the masked, seemingly possessed Mickey, mistaken for Blake due to his hockey jersey, they panic. Meanwhile, Blake confesses his feelings to Alex and suggests she secretly reciprocates. Alex, eager to discourage him, lies that she prefers women. One guest then points out the cake-cutting knife is missing, but the group dismisses her concern and heads to the bar. Rebecca retrieves the phones, only to find toy replicas, and discovers the front door secured with an unfamiliar chain. The friends suspect Denis, but he denies involvement. Alex voices her displeasure over the sinister Mickey prank, though no one is wearing the mask. Convinced Paul and Jackie orchestrated the setup, one blonde ventures into the maze to confront them. Instead, she encounters the real Mickey, who waves a knife and splatters her face with blood. She narrowly escapes via the attraction slide and alerts Alex and Marcos. They believe her account, and, noting Mickey's identical attire to Blake's, suspect him as the killer, until we see Blake unconscious, knocked out by Mickey. Rebecca also enters the labyrinth and faces the masked assailant. Terrified by his oversized blade, she flees when her flashlight blinds him, forcing him to teleport away. At the bar, members of the hockey team try to intimidate Mickey, only to be knocked out with a bat.
I think Buddy here's on the spectrum or something. So let's make this clear. Stay the fuck away from Alex. So you got it, you're gonna stay away.
Excuse me?
We were just kidding around.
Nearby, Denis, who ingested an illicit substance, awakens on a roller coaster when Mickey activates, then halts the ride, allowing Denis to escape. Marcos, Alex, and Gina attempt to use the emergency exit, but find it locked and blocked by Paul and Jackie's bodies. Marcos suggests simulating a fire alarm to summon firefighters. Alex triggers the siren from the office while Marcos uses the arcade's PA system to reach their friends. The group separates to seek cover on the roof, while another blonde attendee, absorbed in a racing simulator, remains oblivious as the masked killer stalks her, knife poised at her throat. For reasons unknown, the assailant spares her and vanishes. Emerging from the office, Alex encounters the girl and urges her to follow, but before they can escape, the killer slashes the girl's throat. In panic, Alex shines her flashlight at him, forcing him to teleport away. Elsewhere, Rebecca and Denis cross paths with the killer in the labyrinth. They flee, but the girl collapses, her Achilles tendon severed. Her boyfriend attempts a rescue, only to be incapacitated by a savage blow. The killer finishes the attack before disappearing again. Alex, Marcos, and the remaining blonde regroup and debate the killer's supernatural abilities. Convinced by eyewitness accounts of teleportation, Marcos insists they improvise weapons. When Gina returns from her date, Alex attempts to warn her through a window, but Gina, distracted by her phone, falls victim to the killer. Blake awakens from his earlier knockout and insists on his innocence, admitting only a prank gone wrong. The killer reappears, and Blake mistakes him for a teammate, only to be struck in the face. Alex's flashlight beam nearly immobilizes the assailant, preventing him from teleporting. Marco seizes the moment, striking the killer with a bat. The two pin him with a chair, but he retaliates, wounding Blake's ankle and disarming the blonde. Teleporting free, he escapes once more. The four survivors leverage their childhood knowledge of the arcade to set a final challenge: hide and seek. In the laser tag arena, Alex declares that if the killer loses, he must leave them in peace. When the teens flood the room with light, they trap and kick the masked figure. Overconfident, Alex taunts him, allowing him to emit an eerie laugh and vanish in darkness. Back in the interrogation room, Rebecca concludes her testimony with the tale of teleportation. The police remain skeptical and name her the prime suspect. Undeterred, Rebecca returns to the arcade, where the masked killer materializes behind Alex, ending her life in one final, brutal attack. In the post-credits scene, Mickey silently opens Rebecca's bedroom door and extends an invitation: join him and the others just beginning their reign of terror. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel for more recaps. Until next time. Have a great day.